Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avernum 5. Last episode was a horrible mess of forgetting to save when I should have, and I died a couple times that it was incredibly inconvenient and had to go through a long, frustrating, and annoying thing a couple times. Now, well, we're almost in Anama lands. We were warned that there were chitrachs on the road, and indeed, there will be chitrachs right on the road ahead. So, since I am aware of this, I will cast multiple hastes and fall back immediately. As far as I can and try to get to escape. Please tell me. Okay, good. I think we managed to escape far enough. More or less. And we also know she needs to stay alive. Otherwise, those turrets are going to turn on us. A very not good thing. Also, Strong Days is going to be incredibly helpful here. Yeah, let's try and hold them here a bit. Yeah, here should be good. These turrets are not helping as much as I thought, but hopefully it'll be enough. That helps a little. It's not easy to figure out which ones are not, stunned. The only way you can tell is that the stunned ones do not move at all. The ones that are not stunned are actually moving very slightly. You guys probably can't tell. And indeed, it is kinda hard to tell. These area of effect spells are actually going to be incredibly useful. Kinda need to get more. Why are you coming down here? That is a terrible idea. Go away. Okay, this time actually appears to be working. I mean, there's still chitrachs here. Oh, we're going to be able to survive this time. Yeah, this time we can survive. Okay. Nope, there's still a few more. But on the plus side, we're able to survive. Took a lot of spell energy, but we did it. And the member of the Anama managed to survive as well. Excellent. Well, that went much better than the last time. I was just attacked by a swarm of chitrachs. Maybe you saw it? That happens a lot. Thus, the fungus. Oh, didn't see that one. Well, one chitrach is not a problem. When there's about 20 of them, then it's a problem. Oh hey, a chitrach claw. I wonder if that's going to be of any use. Maybe we have to turn them in somewhere for all I know. A couple flawed crystals. More flawed crystals, and a beautiful one. That's always nice to find. And doesn't look like there's anything back here. Okay. There's more stuff here. Ah! You find another stone pylon waiting for you to come and charge it with a crystal. You wonder who journeyed into the northern frontier ahead of you to build these pylons. You hope that they got a long way. Touch. Oh, more chitrachs. Alright, let them come to us and we'll kill them. Yeah, those things do like to swarm. How about a little help? Oh yeah, there's a lot of these things swarming about. That is actually a hugely useful spell. Right, another casting of that should kill at least 2 of those. Beautiful. And excellent. Not exactly where I wanted you to go, but okay. And up here is not much beyond some various herbs and the like. Okay, we'll take them. Also, I happen to buy a couple more energy potions, because we do kind of need them. I wonder why the pylon's there, of all places. Anama Haven. Magic not allowed. Those teaching or practicing the dark arts will be expelled. You enter the Anama Haven. The Anama are a strange religious sect that originated only a few decades ago in the remote regions of the surface. They have the peculiar idea that magic is always more harmful than beneficial, and that it should not be practiced under any circumstances. Needless to say, this has made them unpopular with the Empire. Some of them have therefore fled to the underworld. They have occupied this large cavern. You can see their stone farmhouses and rows of edible fungi stretching off into the green mist into the distance. They have one village. It is not far to the east. After spending time in tranquility, everything looks extremely poor and shoddy. A new area has been added. Let's see here. Ahonaria there. Anama lands. Looks like we probably... Something tells me this here is where the chitrach are coming from. It just looks like it would be. There's their farmlands. Howling Depths. And it's a long, straight travel around here. I'll be honest, I have played this once before, and while I don't remember everything, I do remember this. I remember exactly what is going to happen in the Howling Depths. Oh, that is not going to be fun. There is a lone Anama farmer tending this wide field of crops. Fortunately, most of the time, mushrooms are not a challenging plant to grow. Keeping them from growing is often more difficult. He greets you politely. Welcome, I am Webb of the Anama, and these are my crops. Please be careful not to step on them. He looks like he came from the surface probably a few years ago. Tell me about the Anama. He points to the east. There is Ahonaria. That is where all the teachers are. I'm a humble follower. I wouldn't try to teach. Tell me about the Anama Haven. Most of us are from the surface. We came down here as a group. It was good for the Empire and Avernum, and for us. Now we keep quiet and peaceful here, try not to cause trouble for anyone. For a moment he seems nervous about something. He won't meet your gaze. Then it passes. Why did the Empire let you go? Empress Prazak doesn't care for our kind, but she isn't cruel. She wanted to be rid of us. When Avernum said they'd take us, she agreed. Less an arm on the surface, bothering her with the truth. Why did Avernum want you? Because we're peaceful. We're hard workers, and we were willing to go into the frontier. They were happy to have someone out here who wasn't violent or drunk or crazy. Okay. And can I buy some... Webb walks through his field of mushrooms tending to them. He carefully picks out diseased specimens and poisonous toadstools that have infiltrated the crops. Can I buy some food? Oh, this crop isn't ready yet. You should go into town. Plenty of food in there. Crops grow well here, as long as we can keep the chitrachs away from them. Well, okay then. You know what? Let's go right to town. It's pretty well protected. Oh, some grey mold. Nice. Yes. This episode will be the episode wherein we look around the Anama Haven. You enter the village of Ahonaria. This is an outpost of the Anama, the strange cult that believes that the use of magic is evil. You had thought that the Anama mainly lived on the surface. Looking around, you realize how much magic went into the construction of Avernum. When practically everything you do requires tunneling through solid rock and working heavy chunks of stone, spells help a lot. The Anama town, on the other hand, was constructed purely with the labor of humans, Nephilim, and Slithzerakai. The stones are rough and the walls are low. The steps were painstakingly chipped out of stone. It is an impressive work, clearly meant to be a major shrine and retreat for the embattled Anama. A broad walkway leads up the hill to their temple to the east. When you enter the town, the streets clear quickly. The guards that remain watch you warily. The people here aren't scared of you, but your presence is very worrying to them. Yeah, that's kind of understandable, but we'll be peaceful. We may be soldiers of the Empire, but that doesn't mean we're going to be against them. There is a man in robes standing not far inside the city gates. He is a member of the Anama, but he is not some weedy little teacher or sage. He is tall and muscular, and he has a large blade hanging from his belt. When you enter, he moves to greet you. Though he is powerful and the people of Ahonaria look at him with obvious respect, your presence worries him. He almost seems scared of you.
Hail to you, warrior of the Empire. I am Seeker Mickelber of the Anama. News of your arrival traveled to our town quickly. You may pass freely within our lands. Before you depart, however, our leader, Teacher Alkander, would like to speak with you.
He points up at the temple to the east. Why does Alkander want to meet with me?
I do not know for sure, but there are many good reasons. To try to share our faith, to know who is traveling through our lands, to learn what the Empire is doing. It is a reasonable request, and he insists.
The more he says, the more nervous he becomes. Granted, as an Empire soldier, you expect people to fear you. You did not expect such a strong reaction here, though. What is your job here?
Teacher Alkander has given me the honor of leading the warriors of Ahonaria. Directing our defenses is in my hands. I will sacrifice everything to protect the people here.
What do you defend against?
Sometimes the occasional brigand or goblin that wanders through. More often I must fight chitrachs.
You have a chitrach infestation here?
Though these foul things are common down here in the pit. When we came here, they had already infested these tunnels. We are pushing them back, but it is hard.
Where do the brigands come from?
Lots of people pass through, heading to the river to the west and the Azure Gallery beyond. Most are miners hunting their fortune. Some are thugs. They pass through and mistake us for harmless crazies. They try to shake down our people. We make them pay.
Are you worried about what I might do? He tries to appear calm and brave, but you notice that his left hand is twitching.
We believe that you do not mean us harm. We ask that you trade and pass through in peace.
Looking in his eyes, you can see that something's not right. He is, for some reason, completely terrified. At this point, however, you doubt that he will say what is on his mind. Seeker Mickelber paces nervously around this part of town, always keeping a careful eye on the main gate. The leaders of the temple have many different jobs. Seeker Mickelber is in charge of their defenses. By the way, I have a letter for you. It is from Minister Pilhofer in New Harston. He takes the letter and reads it. He looks at you very closely. Then he reads it again.
Interesting. Unexpected.
He walks to a brazier and burns the letter. When he returns, he says,
Yes, I definitely hope you will spend some time with Alkander. You seem to have attracted great interest.
What was on that letter, I wonder? I would like to know more of the Anama.
Though I am a seeker, I am not a teacher. Alkander and Mina in the temple are better at describing the faith than I.
Very well. That's all for now, thank you. Alright, nothing up in those guard towers. Please move out of the way, thank you. And now we shall look around in the way I normally do. Alright, nothing of note there. Some coins, a healing potion, and a lamp. Could use that. Let's see. Yep. Kingsley, Hunter. This man doesn't appear to be one of the Anama. He looks different. dirtier, shabbier, and wearing a necklace of chitrach claws around his neck. No, he is not Anama. He is a type of crazy all his own.
What is this? The foul Empire invader is here! Attack! Attack! No, I'm joking. I'm a loyal Avernite, but I'm not full of old grudges, and I'm not a Nama either. Call me Kingsley. I'm a chitrach hunter. I'm living here for now because the work is good. Now have a seat and have some tea. I like talking to other warriors.
You're a chitrach hunter?
That is my trade, and I never suffer for work. The bugs are the tares of the underworld. I go where they are, and I hunt them. For pay, of course. The Anama made a very good offer, so I came out here.
What makes them so dangerous?
They're like goblins, but with big claws. They eat everything. They reproduce fast, they swarm. Let one get away and it can create a new horde somewhere else. They're bugs, but they're like rats. Bug rats, you know?
Bug rats. Right. What were you hunting before here? Or where were you hunting?
I was up in the Eastern Gallery. When the Shade War started, the chitrachs really got established there. Some might say that there were more chitrachs than was entirely reasonable. They're gone now, finally. Made a lot of money.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that there were apparently a lot of complaints about Avernum 4 having way more chitrachs than there should have been in the Eastern Gallery. Considering how much of a slog that was at the time, I might agree. I think there's this reference to that. So thank you, Kingsley. Where did the chitrachs come from?
Yeah, nobody knows. Most likely some crazy wizard made them an experiment and they got away. Careless magic resulting in a thing that killed lots of... Listen to me. I'm starting to sound like an Anama. I'd better move on soon.
Actually, from what I remember, the chitrachs actually showed up down in Venatai lands and never appeared before then. So, more likely, if anything, if they were created by mages, it would have been a Venatai mage. And then they were just kept down deep in the deepest caverns, never to be seen or heard from until someone broke in and found the Venatai.
Yeah.
Do you hate the chitrachs?
Nah, in my line of work, it's a bad idea to take things personal. They're bugs, they can't help what they are. But I do think they're interesting. I catch them sometimes, keep them around, study them, see what makes them tick. Then I eat them.
What? You what?
Boil them up. Little salt, lizard butter. They taste well, they taste like food, I guess, once you acquire the taste.
Okay then. Kingsley spends most of his time sitting by the brazier, sipping tea and talking. A lot of talking. He occasionally goes into the back rooms to, say, poke at the bugs. What do you think of the Anama?
A bunch of crazies. And they know I know it. But they're not used to people thinking they're nuts, so they don't mind. They even have a sense of humor about it. I respect that. They're clean, they work hard, they pay me for my work. I have no problem with them.
What's wrong with their beliefs?
Oh, they're just mad. How would we survive without magic? Without magic, everyone in Avernum would have died long ago.
Kinda true. Anything you can tell me about this town?
Well, it's interesting. A few weeks ago, they all got nervous. Then before you arrived, they got very nervous. I don't know why. They don't tell me anything. But I'm not dumb. I can tell.
Either they're worried that four soldiers of the Avernum are going to kill out an entire haven, or they may have some questionable alliances. Do you travel much?
I have to. It's a lonely life following the swarms. After this job, though, I can settle down, find a wife, make a swarm of my own. First, I have to get out of the frontier. I'm waiting for the pylons to be active.
Well, I have activated the pylon outside of town.
You have? And I can leave soon? Pal, you've done me a real favor.
Do you know anything about the frontier beyond here?
The next large region is the Azure Gallery. It's to the west, but you'll have to a rough boat ride to get there. It's a huge cave. More crystals, more miners, more monsters. Beyond that, I don't know. And I don't think Avernum does either.
Lovely. So, we've only got a bit more known land left. One last thing. I'm hunting a mind warp chitrach. Heard of anything like that? You being the chitrach expert, you must have. He is interested.
A mind warp? Those are rare. Only a very, very few chitrachs develop in that way. I avoid them. Killing them is wizard's work. There might be one in their nest to the south. I think I've sensed something odd. If you do hunt for it, and I'm not saying you should, I have some advice for you.
What is it?
Watch for the place where you feel confused with no explanation. That is where you should focus. Return to it, and return again. The mind warp is powerful, but not intelligent. Its instinctual efforts to distract you will fail in time.
Alright. Thank you for the information. Glad to know. Kingsley has shackled up a chitrach here, probably to be the subject of some experiment. Or maybe he just enjoys tormenting the creatures. It is half starved and its skin is faded to a pale grayish green. It's harmless now. And there appears to be something hidden back there, I think. No, it's not hidden, it's just... okay. There are several Anama guarding the west wall watching for chitrachs. They are not weaklings. In fact, they are some of the best equipped and trained soldiers you have met in the frontier. They are from the surface, after all. Some of them might even have been Empire soldiers. When you try to talk to one of them, he stops you. I'm not supposed to talk to you. I'm supposed to send you to our leader, Teacher Alkander. He is in the temple. I see that. We will speak with him in a bit. Shrine of the Anama, all who wish to explore a path of peace and tranquility are welcomed. Sports' workshop. Is that who I think it is? No, it's just a townsman. Well, whoever this sports is... oh! Sports. I feel like there's a joke I can make to this, but there's got to be something. I mean, his name is Sports. Not all of the Anama are humans. The town smith is a Slizerakai. However, he isn't currently focused on metalwork. You're surprised to see that he's making a wand. You watch him quietly, not wanting to break his concentration, as he delicately fixes a crystal on the end of a wooden baton. Eventually, he finishes the job, turns, and is startled to see you there.
Yes! I am Sports of Anama. Welcome. I welcome. Teacher Alkander welcomes. Tells us to trade, if we want. I have metalwork and other crafts.
Let me see what you have for sale. Quite a lot of metalwork. And a couple wands. Interesting stuff, but nothing we need. The Anama make wands?
The Anama do not work magic, but can use magic in nature. Can use magic in crystals and plants, but not increase it. Can work it like metal, but not make spells.
What is the difference?
Teachings of Ahonar say differences in casting of spell, saying words of power. The rule is this: to do when lips pressed together is safe. Work of only hands is safe.
This makes sense. One thing all humanoid spells have in common is some sort of chant or other vocalization. In that case, it's probably a good thing there's no silence spells or anything like that, or our mages would be completely useless. Then again, there were those null chitrachs way back in Avernum 2. Maybe that null spell isn't actually nulling magic so much as it is... I mean, because some spells, fireball spells you couldn't, or targeted spells couldn't be cast in those null areas. And if a mage was trapped within that area, they couldn't cast any spells. Healing spells, however, and non-targeted spells worked fine. Maybe that nullity field isn't exactly an area of no magic so much as it is like an area around the chitrach where there isn't really any sound, so that it can say sneak up on foes. And it's not so much, and it's kind of a defense or survival feature that it evolved. And maybe I'm reading too much into this, and that was just due to some glitch in the programming or something, but it's interesting to think about. Is it difficult to make wands without spells?
I do not like to brag, but it is a skill few have mastered. I can only make lesser wands, but I am proud to make any at all with only natural works.
Fair enough.
What do you want of me? To trade and such?
Can you make a wand for me?
I can. Teacher Alkander urges me to. urges me to show that Anama are not without skills and power, not fools. To make a wand needs stick, focus crystal, a ruby or emerald, and proper high-quality alchemical herb. Show me what you have. I say what can make.
I don't need any wands. I barely use them. Tell me about the Anama.
My mastery of tongue not good. Only make crafts. Are seekers and teachers in temple to tell wisdom.
Very well then. Thank you anyway. Ah. Hail, adventurers! While none can match the chitrach smashing excellence of Kingsley the Hunter, he encourages all to try to live up to his scintillating example. For this reason, he will pay a generous bounty to the first adventurer who brings him 5 chitrach claws. The loyal Anama Galani asks passing adventurers to aid in the clearing of chitrachs from the Southlands. Help those who battle the insectoid menace. She will give a reward from the Anama stores to whoever can aid Farmer Gillette in the expulsion of the bugs from his lands. Farmer Gillette lives in the lands southwest of Ahonaria. Mayor Linasa reminds you, take all steps required to clear your lands of chitrach young. Purge the bugs while they are small, and we will not have to kill them when they are big. She will pay a bounty in actual gold to whoever can destroy 8 chitrach eggs. Beware, the enemy leaves these slimy things everywhere. Okay then. There are several Anama walking around town. They seem nervous about your presence, though there is no obvious reason for them to fear you. When you get close, one of them says, Alcandra has sent out word that he wants to see you. He is in the main temple.